That's a scary question. For me, with right now with artificial intelligence is just so, I mean, it's like the biggest thing. I know everyone's heard of ChatGPT right now.
It's interesting because artificial intelligence is also really impacting accounting work quite a bit. But the issue is you've always got to have people who handle the exceptions. Like artificial intelligence is all based on if-then statements, like computer programming, right? And so, but there's always something that doesn't quite fit. Does that make sense? So there always is going to be a need for people, whether it be in accounting or recruiting, to take a look at the pile of things that don't quite fit in the boxes.
Yeah.
But the problem is, in accounting and recruiting, is that you're going to have enough experience with what does work and so that you know what to do with the exception. So it's going to be interesting, very interesting. I think you would be stuck behind your desk more because the only phone that you really had would be a landline. And so that would be probably the biggest change. And that you had to use snail mail. There was no email.
It's kind of rare to get an opportunity through, networking or knowing someone, or it's not as common as just applying to a job offer online or something like that. But I think back then that would probably be your bread and butter, knowing people as a recruiter, knowing people, being a social person, hosting things at your house, at events at your house, or just knowing people in general. I think that would be a big deal for someone as a recruiter back then.
So Senait and I both would have done really well because we really like people and we both like to hang out with people. So we would have done just fine, right?
I think that we would have killed it then. Yeah, definitely. I think the first thing that people think whenever they think about why teamwork is so important is like, oh, you're only one person. You can only do, you can only be at one place at one time, right? But I think the most important part about teamwork is the fact that I can call Anna and say, hey, this has nothing to do with anything you're working on. What are your thoughts?
One of the things that we're really lucky here at Accountants One is the level of trust that we have with our teammates. When I ask Senait to help with something, I know she's going to do it. If she gives one of her candidates to me because they're great for my client, she trusts that I'm going to be gracious and kind and professional with her candidate. And I know that if she needs to fill in for me on a client, that she's going to do a great job. I think for me, you have to remember that I had a whole different career before this, was to come into something so new and different. There's different lingo. After I had worked here for 3 years, my friends all made me quit calling it my new job. But I had been an auditor, a controller, an accountant basically my whole career. So this was just new. So to me, my biggest was just to persist at something that was so new to me that I had so much to learn with, and to me that was an accomplishment.
I am, okay, and this is probably like pretty general, but I think for more than one person, I've worked with at least more than one candidate who I've been able to help leave a toxic work environment and go to a great company that, was stable, offering them stability, offering them whatever they were looking for, whether it was growth in pay or growth in responsibilities, just taking good people out of toxic work environments. I think that has probably been my biggest accomplishment.
When you have a client who's suffering because they need help, and you've got a candidate who's unhappy or needs a shorter commute or really wants to, and you match the right fit as well as technical skill, and you hear back from both of them later, oh, this is so great, and you're like, it's kind of like finding that last piece or a couple pieces to the jigsaw puzzle. It's just so exciting.